Hello everyone and welcome back to U-Boat. So, in between episodes, I sent my crew off onto a holiday, which was much well deserved after completing the Happy Times campaign, and we've also done something pretty cool. We have unlocked the GHG Balkan T2 hydrophone, and we have already got it equipped, so all that remains now is to choose our next campaign mission. I think what we're going to do is we're going to pass through the Strait of Gibraltar. Get that silent run skill. I reckon that would be quite beneficial for us. Do we need another officer? Got 2 radio men, we've got 2 of these guys. I feel like having another engineer could be beneficial to us, especially one with quite with a couple of skills handy. We shall head to Gibraltar. As always, I will cut to when something interesting happens.
Schiffsschraubenherr Kaloi. Schiffsschraubenherr Kaloi. Schiffsschraubenherr Kaloi. 100 Meter. 20. Schiffsschraubenherr Kaloi. 80. Schiffsschraubenherr Kaloi.
We've done it. Alright, we have officially got into the Albaran Sea of the Greater Mediterranean Sea, and we've come across a propeller noise to our south. I do not know if it's a destroyer or not. We're going to investigate. It's a hostile. It is hostile. Okay, we are going to surface, and we're going to sink it my old favorite way to preserve torpedoes, and that is with the good old 88mm. Come on, there we go. You'd think, you know, being this close to a British port, that these guys would be safe, but nah. We will the Mediterranean now. There we go, that's what I wanted to do. That's it, she's going down. Alright, you guys, you get your bully beef. You're welcome. You guys are now our prisoners, and we're getting the hell out of here. Alright, to La Spezia. La Spezia. A new home port. Looks good from here.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Alright, we have completed going through the Strait of Gibraltar. We now get the skill Silent Run. Speak to leading officer. Battle of the Mediterranean. We must aid Italian naval forces in the Mediterranean and stop the Allied supply ships headed to Alexandria, which are essential to their war effort in the African campaign, and we will get a milk cow for this. We also got escort duties. What's new in the headquarters? Let's see if we can't start a new headquarters task. I think what we might do is do torpedoes. Alright. Normally this is where I would call the episode, but seeing how long it actually took to actually get through here, I think what we're going to do is we're going to actually make a start on the Battle of the Mediterranean missions. So I will just quickly rearm, refuel, and etc, and then we will head back on out. Okay, so we are 2 days later. We have fully restocked and everything, so now we are going to go and do our first mission in the Battle of the Mediterranean. Hello, hello, hello. We've got our first customer. I'll identify the ship, and if it's one that we can actually sink and doesn't have any weapons, we will surface and engage it on the surface. Depending on how rough the seas are, it might just be easier just to torpedo it. We might just torpedo it, stuff it. Oh, it's a tanker. Hello, happy days. Oh, it's going to be a bit rough trying to identify the targets. They do have a radio antenna. That's good to know. Right. Velocity, that would be doing about 13, but to make oh god. It is too rough to... Course is about that way. Distance. Oh yeah, I need to identify the ship first, don't I? Is it a Dale class? Or is it a war class? Pretty sure it's a Dale class. If I can actually see the target. Yeah, it's a Dale class. Zoom out. Distance, course. I believe you're doing that. Yeah, distance. God, it's so hard to tell because of all the waves. Alright, about there. Set.
Rohr 2, bewässern!
Alright, let's fire. Goodbye, Judale. Oh, this looks good. This looks really good. Though I could be wrong. Oh, just clips him. What? What? No explosion? On the surface. I'm not wasting another torpedo on a tanker. Kind of a bit of a miscalculation on my behalf, so that was my bad. Okay, now let's go back onto the gun. There she goes. Alright, go back to what you're doing. Wow, she sunk really quick. Give you guys supplies, have some bully beef. You're welcome. Give you guys supplies as well. You're welcome. Well, we've completed our mission parameters already. We just need to do the old distance. There is literally, I'm right bang in the center. I quite like the Mediterranean missions because it's such a narrow sea, we can actually scan a bit better. And my god. But you can basically see, I can see this entire width of where we're patrolling. Where are the enemy? It's meant to be a war on, don't you know? Hello, hello, hello. What do we have here? Which way are you going? This is going pretty fast for a transport. I know we've got it on 48 speed, but... What? Noah. Oh, it's another tanker. I do recall there being a lot of tanker action in the Mediterranean in the early war. And because it's a war, it'd be a war class tanker. Tanker, you are a war class. Velocity. We're going to zoom in a little bit. Velocity. Bloody hell, that's flying. Distance. Set.
Rohr 1, bewässern! Los!
This might just miss. Oh, it might not.
10 Sekunden bis Einschlag. Torpedo versagt.
Oh, the angle was just not the right angle. Got the speed right. What we might do, so we don't waste another torpedo, is we're just going to surface and get you on the gun. Kaboom. to any survivors. No, she's gone down with all hands, unfortunately. Being 1941, I do not expect a lot of naval traffic in this region because this is just before Italy that goes, hey, let's invade Greece. I do know quite a bit about the war in North Africa, Greece and Crete, mainly because I had family members who fought in the Greek campaign and in Crete and in North Africa. It's very significant to New Zealand history, as our New Zealand 2nd Expeditionary Force, we've got the second Expeditionary Force got its name because the 1st Expeditionary Force was from World War One. So we had the 2nd Expeditionary Force, and they landed in 1940 in North Africa, and then they were sent into Greece after some months of training and everything. And they fought in Greece, got booted out of Greece. Elements went to Crete, the rest went to North Africa. And our entire war was Greece, Crete, North Africa, Libya, Tunisia, Italy. That's our boots on the ground, guys. We did have elements of New Zealand Air Force right from the beginning of 1939, fighting over the skies of England and Europe. Some elements even made up the 3rd NZEF when they were on leave to fight in the Pacific, all the way down here. And that was both for the Air Force and the troops on the ground. So guys would, when the Japanese got involved, we had guys that were on leave from North Africa and everything, and they were gobbled up into the 3rd Expeditionary Force that went into the Pacific. But the Australian, well, mostly the Americans, were like, we don't actually need you here. So in 1944, the 3rd Expeditionary Force was dissolved, and the 2nd kept fighting right up until 1945 in Italy. What was unfortunate is one of the last 2 casualties of the 2nd Expeditionary Force didn't actually fall to the Nazis. They actually fell to Tito's communist rebels who were fighting against the Nazis in Yugoslavia. It almost started an incident that probably would have seen us at loggerheads with communist forces. Let's put it that way. Go back to electric engines, and we're diving. Oh! What is the chances that we're going to be right next to where there's a enemy convoy, or ship rather? Now, unlike in the Battle of the Atlantic, we are probably only going to do as much damage as we possibly can whilst we still got the marked area going on, because there is not as many shipping opportunities unless I was to go to Gibraltar. It's an Empire Tower. Ooh. Yeah, as I was saying, there's not too many targets of opportunity as there is in the Atlantic, nor is there the same kind of choke points like the Celtic Sea, for example, where you can just feast on targets left, right, and center. You know something? I don't think that's an Empire Tower. It could be an Empire Bell, mainly because those are in the wrong spot. They're more in line with what is on an Empire Bell, because those are them right there. We look at an Empire Tower. Yeah, no, that's an Empire Bell. Also got the fact that you've got these ventilation stacks at the back. Alright, let's zoom out just a little bit. Velocity, I'm going to say you're doing about 13, but to make sure that is correct, we will hit this button. Yep, got that right. Course, you're going roughly about that way. Distance, about there. Oh, waves, piss off. About there.
Rohr 1 bewässern. Rohr 2 bewässern.
Rohr 1 bewässert.
Los!
Der Torpedo ist auf halbem Weg zum Ziel. 40 Sekunden bis Torpedo.
That one's gonna hit, second one's gonna miss. Woo! Yep, she's gone. Now, I will say I'm a bit of a veteran of the Atlantic Ocean, and so I know how all the ships work in the Atlantic and all the routes. But when it comes to the Mediterranean, I am an absolute rookie. I think I've only gone on there a handful of times. Alright, let's surface. Let's deal with these survivors. Give you guys supplies. Have that. You're welcome. It's 5 on board. Yep. Take you guys on board. Hello, hello. Another customer. That is an Empire Tower. How can I tell? Well, towers.
Rohr 2, bewässern. Rohr 3, bewässern.
Der Torpedo ist auf halbem Weg.
Ah,
30 Sekunden.
got the angle wrong. Okay, let's surface.
30 Sekunden.
Let's not waste any more torpedoes. Not having much luck with the old torpedo department in the old Mediterranean so far. There is a torpedo you can get in the game, which does go after the sound of engines, and I have had the misfortune of a friendly torpedo coming back around and trying to sink me. That was terrifying. Alright, we want armor piercing for this. There we go. Alright, let's stop.
Wechseln auf Dieselmotor.
Lifeboat 1. Give you guys supplies. Have 3.
Sie sinken.
Lifeboat 1. Give you guys supplies. Have 10. Yes.
Rohr 3 gelandet.
U-boat water badge is awarded to crew members episodes World War II. Oh, Rudolph Mayer, nice. Alright, now first mission, we sunk 23,468 tons out of 50,000. So we're almost halfway there already in our first mission. Blimey. So we sunk 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 ships. Excellent. 2 of which were tankers. 11,000. Nice. Unfortunately, that is all we've got time for today. So as always, in between episodes, I will rearm, resupply, and we will get back out on our Mediterranean adventure next time. However, you have been watching U-Boat. I have been your host, Sir Firecat. You have been watching U-Boat, and until next time, take care.